On the initiative for this demand-driven network, what I said is that I will guarantee that you get $2 back in the first year for every dollar we spend. So that's in cash. And then what we've set up was some very aggressive inventory targets, which was just gravy because it paid for the rest of the transformation initiative. Okay. Planning is important, but frankly, you're going to get the lion's share of the economics, and certainly the in-store, in-stock, getting rid of latency, getting velocity is going to come from execution, not from planning.
Right. So what you're doing is taking all that planning data, actual point-of-sale data, and then and the I2 stuff, and it's coming right up into one network enterprises to complete the process.
Yeah.
And there it's calculating the 15 million order points or inventory points, and you're just looking for exceptions every 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, it's interesting, that's all in a hosted, you know, environment. So we did that for a couple of reasons. One is just time to value. You know, these are projects that should take millions, not tens of millions, and it should take months, not years, to get it up and running. The seasonality issues that you have in some of the crop-based products.
Well, you know what's interesting about this is we've been trying to do this for almost 15 years with CPFR.
Yeah, I felt like, you know, I've been to a lot of conferences, and I felt like that CPFR was consultants talking to me a little bit. And I never really felt like we got it translated in terms of a pragmatic way to go do it. Some, I'm sure, had more success. There's certainly probably people in the room that had more success than I've had. But, you know, this data, getting this data visible and getting these exceptions, it's a big deal. It is a big deal.
What were turns when you started? What are turns now?
Turns for the retailer or turns for us?
Oh, well, I want to, actually, I'd like to go down the value chain, because I'd like to talk about the retailers. I'd like to talk about you, and then also the people at sort of the bottom end of the food chain, whether or not you've been able to provide visibility to suppliers or to the contract manufacturers or any third-party warehouses. Has there been a benefit for them?
Yeah. So that's a good point to the bottom bullet here. I think the mindset is getting your metrics aligned to the customer. So, you know, that outside-in approach. So this is where we're targeting to go. We think that we should be able to support 99% in-store, in-stock. That may not be true for all customers, but certainly those who are sharing data at their DC and store level, we should be able to get there, okay? I think importantly, though, is that that allows us to differentiate service to these key customers. Mm-hmm. And we have to do that because we're in a product that can get allocated over a quarter, and these folks get very cranky when we're not executing. The second point there is that we need to look at ourselves the way our customer looks at us. So each customer might have a different strategy or a slightly different strategy or even vastly different. You know, frankly, what we have to do is be able to support all those different approaches and be in their top quartile, no matter, you know, what that difference really is.